Guys, we are live.
Nice.
Sorry the delays. Welcome to this script live coding. Thank you everybody for being here. So we have a question from Hero. Um, Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. I'm looking at my notes here. So, first question that I have is: so there is option in IDE to run it as user or as a system. Like, what's the key difference between the two options?
Good one. Very good question. And this is one of the hidden things that you may not know about Game Changer. But basically, because of how the app connector works, you have access to do a lot of things on the user wallet, which is great, but it's not good for security if any DApp or any outside thing trying to connect with a wallet can do
Hmm.
anything, right? So there has to be a way to just protect certain kind of actions or certain kind of use cases from dangerous situations. So one of the things and has a lot to do with this is workspaces.
Hmm.
Workspaces on this feature, you derive keys, you create new addresses, you pair with multi-sig, addresses, shared treasuries, whatever. So the thing is that there is, of course, you can, the app can trigger, for example, your wallet to the right keys to create an address, but cannot or should not um, replace an address you have without
Hmm.
your consent. It cannot or should not retrieve private keys. You know,
Hmm.
the public keys, the public key hashes, all that stuff. Depending in which case, but it's okay to be shared. But private information, private keys, no. Of course, secrets, no. Mnemonics, for example, no. Seed phrases. So that's why system mode allows this kind of thing of features to be enabled. And this is because remember when you have been coding on Playground?
Hmm.
Okay, when you're coding on Playground, you are not triggering a normal, let's say, the app connection. You are using like an internal the app connection. You are not launching a different browser window.
Hmm.
You're not, not connecting as any other DApp. That connection is a powerful connection, let's say. And on that case, you can run that connection on system mode with this super. With this um, let's say advanced and security features enabled. Um, this is why this is possible and why this happens there on Playground. Because also the way Playground connects is the same way any other wallet feature connects. For example,
Hmm.
you're on Smart Send, sending something, the same kind of connection, internal deep connection, let's say, pops up. Uh, for some features on the wallet, you need these special security features disabled. For example, for official workspaces, for
Hmm.
workspaces you're creating with the UI of the wallet. There, for example, that you may not know, did not know until now, on those cases, those the app connections are running on system mode. You can check that on the information of the app connection.
So.
Remember, everything the wallet does,
Hmm.
it's a app connection. The same rules applies for the wallet features and for the apps. It's like same rules for everybody. Just this internal app connection has system mode available when needed.
Okay.
So don't touch system mode. That's what I'm trying to say. Fish. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, and where's the next? There was some strange error. Hold, let me find that. So while I was running some example scripts on creating workspaces, I mean, it's not an error, but a warning that says only scripts stored on GCFS yourself, prevented entity unknown to give orders, dash, dash, dash. So, question one, it's the script I wrote. Like, this is I was tested in Playground. So, why the reason for the warning? And second, it's not like loading anything. Like, there's no URL, there's no connection to GCFS, like anything. It's like pure code. So, why I'm getting the warning? Like, why, how this is being processed by GC script in the background to create the workspace?
Okay, it would be great if I can see the code, if you can share it, of course,
I mean,
to give you
this is
the
my
perfect answer. But okay, go ahead, say. Yeah.
I mean, this is Martin's
So,
code, but simple one from 301, I think. Uh, Hold on, let me get that real quick.
I think I have the exact answer for you, but just in case, I don't want to speak like an hour on something that is not the right question. But basically, um, the 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 workspace features are very powerful, and if they are not creating something dangerous, they can create, for example, the very basic thing you can do with a workspace, or more common thing, is to create, for example, an address. To derive keys to create a new address for a user. A
Hmm.
multi-sig address, a personal address, whatever, but an address. And if the application, the app, or system, or the user ends up putting funds there, right, on that address, it can be a problem if you don't have means to recreate or reaccess. Reaccess, I mean, you would be able to reaccess as a user that address on that device. But if you want to, pair or load the same address on any other device or any other point in time in your lifetime, the best thing uh, I can do is to at least let you know that there is this recipe, this script that is creating this address for you doesn't is not coming from GCFS. It's not coming from an on-chain stored script, meaning
Hmm.
that you have it now, but in the future, depending on the developer, maybe you won't have it available again. So
Hmm.
this is how workspaces work. And this is why the warnings exist, because what the warning is trying to tell you is, hey, this is not coming from a, a GCFS file. It's not coming from an on-chain information, an on-chain script, meaning that we cannot, as the wallet developer, I cannot ensure you
Hmm.
that you will have access again of this on this recipe to pair again with this address. So continue under your own, you know, responsibility.
Hmm.
That's why the warning exists. It's annoying, yes, can be annoying. It's weird to understand that this thing, yes. But for example, we were discussing with Quasar. There are CIPs, there are standards right now that are trying to standardize how, for example, how to share properly a multi-sig setup between, between peers, between people. So the thing is that, for example, that CIP is just trying to solve multi-sig, and maybe they are going to enforce everything to just standardize a specific way of doing multi-sig. What Workspace tries to do is to standardize everything: personal wallet creation, multi-sig creation, wallet impersonation, or remote wallet control, like a cold key setup, something like that. I mean, you can do everything with workspaces, and if you store this on chain on a this script, that's the way you can, for example, share it properly between peers. This is our CIP. This is our standard, let's say, for solving multisig and any sort of key derivation.
How would
And
you, uh, how is the GCFS file stored linked to your account, or is it not?
um, that's a good question. So the warning talks about wallet identity, the concept of wallet identity that we were trying to introduce. Uh, in plain English, what that means is that are you able to sign with these private keys or not? If you're going to store a file on GCFS, you use your own wallet cryptography to do that, to, to mint like an NFT that contains the file. So anybody that rights to mint that NFT because of the policy ID, the policy script, is going to be able to maintain that file. It's going to be able to update that file in the future. So, so Martin, it has to do with that, with the ability or not to sign and to keep, I mean, to edit that file, the right access to that file. That's how it's bonded, and whatever you are writing on GCFS, unless you encrypt it, is open for anybody. Like anything on the letter is public. The only difference is that you may have or not write access. And regarding workspaces on GCFS, the way workspaces are designed are never storing private keys nor seed phrases on chain, of course. Actually, and especially for personal wallets, for child addresses, for example, child accounts on your personal wallet, it won't even leak any information related to you. It's a privacy preserving type of GC script code that has no bonds to your financial persona. So I mean there are a lot of, it's not trivial. Maybe there are warnings, maybe there are complexities that sounds like why this, but it's all part of the plan. If I
Yeah,
can say.
it is always a GCFS file. Storing your workspace is always an asset in your wallet. So if you open your wallet, you can find this asset again, and then you can run the script which is inside this asset, and then you can restore your wallet configuration.
Exactly, Martin. Exactly. That's the idea. And you have rights to update it in the future.
And other people could still use that script, but they would create a totally different configuration.
That's a good point. That's a good point, Martin. Exactly. Unless, unless, for example, you are creating like a multi-sig workspace. Because in the multi-sig workspace, the point of view of the one that runs that script doesn't matter.
Yes.
Anybody that runs that workspace will load the same address because it's a shared treasury. Unless you combine, you can even create very weird mixes. But that's a good point, Martin.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. I mean, I'm liking this concept of workspaces very much. I have much more context on this now because I actually went through the entire course, like not entirely, like a couple of last ones are still there, but and played with the code. So I have implemented multisig and Unimatrix, but only in passive mode. So I have one question on that. Like, we have bot address, right? What that address is, like, I have read that it is only for generating keys and nothing else. So it could be anything random. Like if I put something like random string that's of the same length as an address, will it just use that to create the keys?
No, wait. I missed that a part of what you were asking, but I think the answer is not. I mean, where are you using this or trying to use a string, a random string for
I
creating?
think this is the node,
Bot address. Yeah.
the node,
The new address. Yeah.
Unimatrix node
Unimatrix,
example.
the bot signer address, right?
On the bot, on the signing bot, you mean?
Yes.
I mean, you're saying that you can use there any seed phrase.
I
That's
mean, no, the actual question is what is address is supposed to be? Is it just gonna used for generating bots keys and that? So like one flow we are thinking of is the user sends some particular amount of ADA to the ADA moments treasury, and we verify that using the bot, and then it's signed and minted, whatever. That's the rule. So do we have to set the address same as the what the bot will get, or those two things can be different?
I think it can be different if I am understanding the question. Maybe the best thing to do is if you can share screen and we can go through because there are two different addresses involved, at least in the UI. On the UI of that signing bot on React, if you're talking the same thing, you
Yeah.
have two different addresses involved. One is not used at all, and the other one has technically nothing to do with the multisig. It's only just for validation, for transaction validation. Like it's only going to check if you are paying to that address on the transaction to say, okay, I will share, I will sign this transaction. Just that. But the, the thing about the examples, if you think about it, is that those are very simple because there is, I mean, we are not talking about a shared treasury even. It's like a multi-sig transaction, just a transaction that requires different people signing it. Just that
Mhm.
people, entities, because one of these people is a bot, a signing bot.
Okay, so if my understanding is correct, so this is Unimatrix is essentially a multi-sig configuration with bot in one of the signatures, and plus an extra feature that it announces the hash like to the world, right?
Basically, Unimatrix is just a way to share live in real time, to share pieces of information that will help you to run a multisig. That's it. Just that. What
Okay, that makes
information
sense. Hmm.
depends on you. Like, for example, if you Unimatrix is like it's very based on Roundtable. Roundtable Wallet uses GangDB for doing this. What I spotted there was that the information was at plain sight. Was not. I mean, everybody can check who is trying to sign what. It's public,
Hmm.
open. So what Unimatrix tries to do is to go one step further and make it privacy preserving, keep the decentralization, and just adding other types of data that you can share. Because on Runtable, you're just sharing the key witnesses, like the signatures, right? But
Hmm.
on Runtable, sorry, on Unimatrix, you can share more. You can share the whole transaction. You can share, for example, a list of hashes to announce, to say, hey, these 5 transactions needs to be, I mean, are seeking for people to, I mean, for peers to sign it, right? So if you're subscribed to that channel and you care about the, monitoring or start signing incoming transactions, you can start listening after that first event of listening for key hashes. All
Hmm.
these developer-friendly features on Unimatrix goes one step further from what Roundtable was offering. For what? For you, for developers, to allow you to go beyond just user signing, but also to create multi-sig services, a signing
Hmm.
bot that can run on, on client side, or a backend service that runs, yeah, of course, on backend. Um, So, and just to clarify your question, another thing that I can mention is that when you create a user created multi-sig wallet
Mm-hmm.
like a shared treasury with GameChanger, and you don't have a signing bot and you don't have a backend, you don't have anything. You have two users in different parts of the world and different times. The only thing that connects these two wallets is Unimatrix. So Unimatrix is doesn't care who is signing. It's just a way to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's just that.
Can you
Thank
then also create like or let's say these workspaces and generate them as a barcode, or what was it again, the QR code, right? You can
Yep,
do that as well. Yeah. Okay.
exactly. And Max, what you have said is the way the basic multi-sig setup on the wallet for for everyday users works. So how Game Changer setups the same multi-sig wallet between different users through a URL or a QR code. How a user makes other users to sign for example, a multi-sig transaction on this DAO, on this shared treasury, through a QR code or links.
Yeah.
And what these links has inside? GC script. Everything is GC script.
Yeah.
That's the magic. There are no like special tricks. Everything or is GC script or is my mistake. I have to do it better as a developer. That's the logic. It's
And
the universal language has to solve everything on wallets, or I quit. Like it's not good. Yeah.
Okay. So this is a strange question that I just thought of just now. So since it's passing along the GC script as a URL encoded stream, right, in the URL, how likely is it that, like, for a very big strip, we're gonna run out of the maximum URL limit?
It's very likely, and this is where GCFS comes into play.
Hmm.
That's a very good question, and in the documentation, it's mentioned in several parts. One example, for example, is Martin. Martin on the PayPal once he got his. I mean, he wants to optimize the QR codes because these PayPads, these hardware devices that he created, has like, of course, a tiny screen size, right? So
Mhm.
cannot have a lot of data density, a big data density on these QR codes on that device. That's not a good design. And yes, this is script. I mean, these web connections QR codes are very, very, mm,
Mhm.
has a lot of density of data. But with GCFS, you can put part of the code on chain
Hmm.
using Cardano as a GitHub, Cardano as NPM, as a public, persistent, immutable, graphically secure GitHub or NPM library. So Martin calls a piece of this of the script he needs from an on-chain library, and then the QR code that actually he's showing you on the device is smaller. So that's a good question, and that's also another another important reason why GCFS is important, because it allows you to to keep these deep connections not only shorter but also more secure, because the code now is on chain, cryptographically signed by the maintainers, and people can even reuse it, and it's open for anybody to audit. Good question.
Well,
I have one more question. We discussed this briefly, Marta, about the onboarding capabilities that we might have. So if we wanted to generate a wallet for a user on their client side, and also allow them to download their wallet so that they could re-enter that same account at a later time, that there were, I think, two options discussed. One was that they download it straight away, and then another one was to send it. Yeah, can we just hear your thoughts also on that, Adriano? You know, if you want to let users create a new wallet on the fly, that they can still re-enter when all of their cash has been cleared out, etc.
Okay, we introduced this burner wallet concept, which is a wallet that is created in the fly. Especially, I mean, you can create several burner wallets. For developers, it's nice. For starters, for newcomers to Game Changer, the first time you open Game Changer, a default burner wallet will be created for you to just experience Cardano right away. The burner wallet concept is a wallet that lives. I mean, the private keys exists on the user's client side on the user's browser, encrypted there, but exists there. We don't have control of that of the spending of that address, of that wallet actually, um, and that's what defines a burner wallet. Vesper introduced later a similar to the burner wallet concept where you were able to like get the seed phrase of that burner wallet, like turning a burner into a seed phrase wallet. The problem we saw, I mean, I see with that is that if someone gets access to your device, can steal your funds, or not only your the funds, which is something that will happen if there is a passwordless, wallet. But also the problem that I found is that they can access now not only their funds but your private key information, which I think is more complicated. So the concept of the burner was initially this that you can use that, but the idea is that you should move your funds quickly to another personal wallet for staying safe regarding your funds, like having your funds able to sleep on a wallet you fully own regarding seed phrase control. Um, to accomplish this, the UI of the wallet is all the time telling you when you put funds there, hey, move your funds to a personal wallet. What do you think about this explanation? And
Yeah, I know that is servicing one type of user, right? The burner wallet, and I fully appreciate that. But the fact is that I think those will be the more technical type users that understand what that even means. Like, why would a wallet prompt a user saying, "Hey, make sure that you transact these assets out of here because this is a temporary wallet." Like, many users might not understand that particular part, and that's the user group that I'm trying to think about in terms of what's available for them. Because I expect we need to find some kind of middle route where, and let's be clear, we don't want the users a secret passphrase at all, right? Like, we do not want to touch that, but we do want to give the users some kind of method, or at least some steps that they can follow to download their wallet, right?
Max,
Password.
actually, burner wallets are not my invention. Burner wallets are a product that exists from an EVM chain,
Yeah.
and it's used massively on events for
Mhm.
onboarding people massively without mnemonics or passwords, just to spend, for example, to buy a beer or something on an event. It's
Sure.
not my idea.
Yeah.
When I saw this idea from the Ethereum world, I said, we need this on Cardano. So, to be honest, I disagree with you in that part, but I understand what you're saying. So the thing is that I agree on that, but this notice that tells you, hey, move your funds, comes later, comes after you experience your first steps on the wallet, on a Cardano wallet. The thing is that self custody is complicated. It's something that the only way to change it is to make it less self custody,
Yeah.
or to rely on social logins or something like that, which is not great because sometimes, I mean, one day uh, Google or whomever is going to disappear, and then what's going to happen? Social recovery or whatever. So that's, I mean, that was the idea
Yeah.
regarding burners. What you said regarding instructing users to do, to onboard them properly, I think that's where we should be focusing on. On our side, probably there is more stuff to do. It's okay, so we are open to feedback. But from the app side, having this wallet that with a click will create a burner wallet, and you will be
Yeah.
ready to just, I don't know, charge for a service,
Yeah.
make some income on Cardano as a app developer, as a builder. I mean, it's a nice feature to use and not go against it. I think you should instruct your your users in a joint effort with us to make it the experience better, and especially if you're not going to do like a one payment experience on the lifetime, for example, because you want to mint NFTs and you want to have this you want to interact with your users in time, not just one time and never again, um, then you should probably instruct your users to go to another wallet, okay, which should be a personal wallet type, in my opinion, in my suggestion. If you want a middle ground, try the QR code based wallets, the Express wallet, because the Express wallet, which will involve seed phrases, is going to allow users to just use a password to import them again and never touch seed phrases again, which also is a security thing. It's good. So you minimize seed phrase exposure. Um, like we say internally, it's like the poor man's hardware wallet. It's not the same. To clarify, please don't confuse that there.
Yeah.
But it's like a middle ground, because every wallet that is just telling you, hey, back up your seed phrase, every time you input your seed phrase again on any device, you are risking everything. With the Express wallet, you are not. Anytime you are importing the same wallet, anybody and anywhere else, sorry, on any other device, is encrypted. So it's like a poor man's hardware wallet. It was especially thought for Latin America people, really. On
Yeah.
Argentina, we had issues to import Ledger and Trezor once. I mean, back some years ago. Martin, you want to speak like since an hour?
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm
I
glad you also. I'm quiz. Okay.
I thought we would go directly to QR code wallets and not burner wallets, because you can generate a script people execute to create their own wallet, and you could possibly store the password to that QR code for the user, because you can define the password in that encryption of the QR code in your GameChanger script you provide to the user. So in that way, you could maybe store only the password, but they still would need to retain the file. Yeah, if the user stores nothing, it's impossible for them to the self custody without storing something is impossible. Or you need to have something which they can keep into memory in their own memory, but
Yeah.
that's also impossible.
Okay, so this would be a model where we keep one part of it and the user has the other, right?
Like they could lose the password, but maybe the QR code they would be more easily safe. So you could say, "Oh, we have your password as a backup, encrypted."
How does the matching happen then?
That's impossible, maybe. Maybe you could
What kind of
match it to
sorry?
somebody's email address or something. Yeah, but
Okay.
that's
Oh, yeah.
that's maybe more costly. I don't know if there's some identifier. Yeah,
What kind of legal implications does that bring on? If you're holding on to somebody's QR code as your password, you'd be the custodial service at that point, right?
not really, because you have only part of it.
Q, go ahead. Guys, just speak. Don't raise hands, please. Just speak. We are not.
If I did that, I meant to. It was perfect timing. I'm going to throw a couple of things out real quick. I would almost like for us to do this all together, like to create a workspace with our addresses in there to be part of a multi-sig, just to see what that experience is on its own. Because, Hero, with what you went through, you brought up the questions. You brought up the prefix, the naming when I was sharing the code with you.
Mhm.
These are some problems that we're going to run into. What's it going to look like for the user? And then also, I love the gift wallet thing. I love that what the hack team did in Indonesia to create, 10 wallets and fund them all with 5 ADA or 2 NFTs or what it may be, and then create a workspace on my machine that has all of those wallets that I can see what's going on. Now, am I all of a sudden a custodian of 10 crypto wallets that are really used for content capture? They're not really crypto wallets at this point. They're fungible token asset type bullshit. Like, we almost have to change the context of wallet to a degree. GameChanger's a tool, it is not the bank. And I think you can get around that and give yourself some security and also, do the right thing, but not go through every damn hoop and hurdle and argument of custodian, non-custodian, shared custodian.
I think the issue is when like you create it, so you're the one with the knowledge of that account, right? So you're the one with knowledge of everything on that account, and you're giving those account. If you're making that like a gift card, then technically you still have custody of that because there's no way for them to prove that you don't have ownership of that wallet.
I mean,
Custody is a legal issue.
Guys,
when I tried, so I generated, like, I have played around with that functionality of generating user wallet and letting them download it. Like when I wrote the code, I was not storing like anything, even their passwords. If they lose that, that wallet is now unusable. They cannot import it back.
So with the
technically, we don't
QR
have
code,
anything.
you can actually have the password within the QR code itself. It's there that can be recovered. Plus, Adriano, there was a way when we could do a single gift wallet and create a hint and a unique password. Do you remember?
guys, what I want to clarify regarding, I mean,
It's a gift.
I will be quick. So, QR code encrypted wallets are just, let's say it's like the seed phrase encrypted with a password, and that's encoded with a secure code that is scannable because it's encrypted. The idea is not to make T-shirts out of that, unless you want, but it's better than just storing plain mnemonics on a paper or on the clipboard. So the thing is that there are two flavors. You have the personal experience regarding these wallets, that is the Express wallet. That's personal. Nobody should create you ever an Express wallet. But the other flavor is the gift wallet, which is the same technique, but that wallet has been created for you. from a buddy, a friend, family, or maybe a service, an event, runner, whatever. So
Enemy.
that's the gift wallet experience. These wallets are marked with like a flag that says this wallet is burned already. You you may not have full access. Sorry, full unique control of the private keys of this wallet. So once again, move your funds to a personal wallet as soon as possible. That's the gift wallet experience. And as Q was saying, there are, remember, everything is this is script, so you can even trigger the creation of gift wallets, for example, from a DApp, from an application, a web app. The thing is that the file, as Martin mentioned, the file of this PNG image gets downloaded on client side on the user's device. The password, the description, the title of that wallet, and the seed phrase. Every aspect of these gift wallets may be controlled or not by the app, depending on the GC script. So it's a very versatile tooling, as Q said, that you can use depending on what your need is. So maybe you can trying out this. You can try out this technology.
Maybe,
experiment.
Adriano, maybe you could ask the user, or Max, maybe you could ask the user to upload that downloaded image and encrypt it somehow without you seeing the contents of it.
Well, I was gonna ask on that. So, Adriano, is there a way to see if the user downloaded that wallet without us? Like, we don't want to know what it is. We just want to know that their local session did complete the download of that file. Is that, or at least it was sent, or something along those lines?
Max is. I mean, it's a good concern, a good question. But even if the user download the file, what if the user lose it? That's the problem with the gift wallet experience.
Well,
it's like
this is the minutia of the detail. Like if we're able to say, like, listen, the user downloaded the wallet and we have here a logbook, and let's say, for example, the users come to us and say, I don't know where it is, help me. Firstly, we can say, all right, you did download it, because that's a prerequisite for the steps in our process. But secondly, we can ask the user or tell them when perhaps they downloaded it, right? Because we might be able to log when new users are coming in. Whether or not we can match it is a second thing, which of course would be an issue. Oh yeah, we can probably check what NFT they created and then look at what wallet it was and then what time. Anyway, I'm not sure how many details are available there,
okay.
but I think you get my thinking.
Yes, I get you. And what you can do that I consider that is better than just checking if the file was downloaded is to make the user use those private keys. So if you make you give proper instructions to tell this user to, after the user downloads this file, to import it, to open that wallet, to use the password you set up for him, or I don't know, depending. I mean, there is a trick. There are a lot of features. You can not know the password as the app developer, and also don't ask for the file, but the user still will be able to read the password, because it can be on the hint of the wallet. When you scan the QR code, maybe a hint, like a description, a plain text description will maybe say the password is blah blah blah. So there are a lot of combinations you can use. The most powerful thing here for you to check if the user has imported or control of that wallet is to make at least him or her sign with that wallet something, a message, probably to avoid spending a transaction for that. So if you make the user to sign a message with those private keys, you will be okay. And how do you check if the user is signing with that specific wallet when you don't have the password and you don't have the QR code? GCScript is able to return to you, to the upside, the address and the public key hashes of that wallet. So you are covered. You can do that. We can. I mean, maybe it's too much, but we can go through.
So if you're looking at my screen here, I with one of the dapps. Let me just see if I can't just get out of here real quick. You can create the gift wallets. You can fund them and send them to the individuals, but also create a workspace that has all of the dapps. I mean, all of the wallets in them. So let me just get out of here because I was going to try to do something else. And we populated them all with 6 ADA. That could be any asset, NFT, what have you. You know, they could send part of that back, or just do a message or whatever it may be. And it could be part of a mint and burn process to confirm that they got it, they understood it, and they activated it. That way, there's a record for both. And we can make it as complex or as easy as need be. I was going to say have them send 2 tokens, one back to you who provided the wallet, and then also one to their new mnemonic wallet to make sure that they set up something, post gift wallet. But that's too far at this stage, right? You don't want to ask them to do that yet.
Why you want to introduce the workspace concept after the creation of the gift wallet? I mean, don't overcomplicate things. Max is going to panic.
Well, I mean, we've been talking about the workspaces. You want to know who all gets it, who all gets the address. So here's all 20, gift wallets and the 6 ADA. I mean,
this is what I would foresee our communities to do, so they start up new communities and their new archives and they onboard users like this. And that's outside our scope, right? Because the thing is, we don't want to be the custodian, right? So at every point of the flow, what our communities do is up to them. And that's their own legal, judgments.
100%. But if you're providing them the service, that's dope, I think.
Yeah, but I want to be very clear that or at least make it as easy as possible for users to get started while retaining our ability to say we are not your custodian.
Max,
Because that would be a completely new entity even, that would be a different company perhaps.
you could generate the QR code and the whole wallet yourself, maybe in a way that you don't, it's automated and automatically encrypted. Then you could use some user's email in combination with some kind of auth from Gmail to do it. Then you have the data, but you don't know the data.
I'm thinking about the different options here. Because it's very specific, at least European regulations right now are very specific. If it's NFTs, then there's less risk involved. But the moment it's different types of assets, then it gets into a different story. So we'll have to figure out what kind of options there's available there. But I'm thinking also there might be a way that for burner wallets, for example, that we create some kind of multi-sig when they create an NFT or a moment in our case with a burner wallet, that it lands into a multi-sig where for X amount of time we're able to retrieve it on behalf of the user if they request us, and they can provide some proof that it's them that created it, etc. But that's yeah,
Yeah,
that goes really deep into
it's that's possible. You provide more pub key hashes who can transfer, so you can transfer in case of somebody.
yeah,
But yeah, it's coupling Gmail accounts to the NFTs in your database. Probably that could be possible, and then you
yeah,
can, well, if they authenticate with that kind of service, you can do the transfer.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Adriano.
Hey, Max, I've seen a lot of, I mean, a lot of cases where the apps just try to onboard users with a video instructing them how to set up the wallet prior to use whatever service, whatever.
Yeah,
Um, the thing is that at certain at some point, maybe I am wrong. Of course, there is always a better solution, but right now we maybe don't have it. Still, we have plenty of options, like a lot. Maybe we are the wallet with more wallet types available ever on Cardano. So, I mean, there has to be something
yeah,
you
yeah.
or
No,
useful.
I appreciate that for sure. Yeah,
So I'm trying to be positive and to encourage you to think. I mean, sometimes what I learn from people is like, oh, game changer is different. Let's push that thing like hell out of it. Let make that thing solve everything like this. And sometimes, especially regarding wallets, it's complicated because of the custodian thing, because of the security thing. So what I would suggest to you to do to have a healthy future for that healthy future user experience with that user is to onboard that user to create at least a personal wallet, especially an express wallet. I would strongly advise you to do that. It's not magical, but it's less maybe weird because at the end, what the user will have is full control of the seed phrase, a QR code encrypted wallet, which is going to be able to import everywhere on with GameChanger upon a scan, right? Can be printed or whatever also, and is going to be password protected, right? And it's going to be a personal wallet. With it's important because gift wallets, burner wallets are good for onboarding, but not for long-lived user experiences. So I get you, and maybe I am failing somewhere regarding this onboarding.
Yeah, maybe.
No, really, but the thing is that
I thought I
crypto
was muted.
to
Sorry.
Okay.
not take, as you said, we're not a bank. We're a tool for make you the bank. So if we make that line,
yeah,
thicker, it's not good. So I understand, and I'm open to ideas and feedback to improve, of course. But my suggestion for you would be to maybe, tell people to just create an express wallet. Um, would be my best suggestion. Also, that wallet, it's not a gift, it's not a burner. Will be easily imported, for example, on any other software.
Okay.
So
Just to be
you're
clear,
not blocking here. Yeah.
when you say express wallet, you mean like the normal seed phrase wallet, like any wallet, like they create
No,
on
no, no,
which one?
no, no. Express Wallet, remember, is one of the two flavors of our QR code password encrypted wallets. So
Okay.
Express Wallet is the personal flavor, is the QR code wallet that a user creates on its own, for a personal use. The gift flavor of the other flavor of your wallets are QR wallets that are created by somebody else for onboarding purposes. Right?
Oh, okay. Okay,
For
I see it
evidence.
now. Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I would just say like the UI, like I never noticed that you can create like you have option to create mnemonic, express, or burner, because I was like looking for it how to create more burner wallets and I never found it.
You can even delete wallets. When you are going to be deleting a burner wallet, the
Okay.
button will be red like in red alert red, because
QR code
once you
wallet.
delete that burner, you are out
Mhm.
of the game. Nobody else has a copy of that private key, and you are out. So just
I mean,
remember that.
so it's on user to have it backed up. Otherwise, they are the sole responsible for losing access to their wallet. Then
Yeah, I mean, burners are meant for that, for
no, I'm
staying on that
I'm talking about the
device.
express.
No, regarding the Express is good because you have full control. You have backed up your mnemonics. Also, you can turn any. I mean, you can turn any seed phrase wallet you have right now
Hmm.
into an Express to stop burning your seed phrases every time you want to import that thing on any device. Which I was hating that experience. Um,
That's new to me. You have to show me how to do that because I got like 28 wallets. I need to do this with
I mean, who is sharing the screen? Q. Q,
me.
can you click on continue? That
Yeah.
he's creating an express wallet, which is the default QR code you can create. Called QR
Right.
code.
Yeah. So, and yeah, I started here.
Wait there.
Um,
You put a name. That's normal. Uh,
Cute
but
Crest.
that part here is the important thing. Here you can import. I mean, you can put any seed phrase you have already, or you can create a new one, like what Q is doing right now. So you can back up that like any other wallet software, but this is the only, I mean, this is going to be the last time you will be your seed phrase ever again. Why you're laughing?
I took a screenshot of the images and I didn't copy the text because you changed the
No,
way it's
why you
formatted
want
now.
why you want to make a screenshot? Just copy text. You can copy text. You can copy. Like start selecting the text from tail.
You can't go back, I don't think. Or can you?
That's
Oh, okay. Hold on.
that's because it's not
No.
good. What Q's doing is not suggested, but it's possible. I mean, I hate blocking people. I like to give freedom, but if
Watch
people
this.
want
This
to
is going to
shoot
be
it on their
stupid.
foot,
Oh, is that going to work?
that's it.
Password.
When you
Max is a tulip fan. One. That's not it.
I'm long on tulips.
All right. So like, I was thinking about a use case for you here. Um, like tulip, like let's just say a bunch of Americans show up and want to do a bike tour guide or something, and they all want to make pictures, NFTs of their tulip festival. Each vehicle gets, they all get a gift wallet with the instructions, and then boom, they're taking pictures and creating NFTs and smoking weed or whatever you guys do there. Is that a
I mean,
rudimentary example to test? Like what can we test to do some of this stuff?
yeah, to be honest, I think that we're going to be onboarding creator communities and we're going to show them Game Changer how they can onboard their own communities. So
Okay.
the idea is that we will also learn, how to help others get to grips with a Game Changer as quickly as possible. So hopefully we're going to be this onboarding flywheel for you guys. But yeah, what did you make here? So that was the QR code there.
You clicked so fast.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I'll look. I gotta open it up here. Unless you wanted me to do it as um under Express, or did you want me to do it the other way?
The idea was to show the guys how to turn that express into a gift or not willingly, like where the option is, and
Okay, no
to show
worries. Let me go back and do it.
Max. One thing regarding what you were saying, I mean, regarding onboarding with gift wallets, in bulk for scale, you have the app that Martin created for making like printed versions of these QR code wallets, like creating like a more paper-like, wallet format. And